What is going on, guys? It is Ahmed and I am back today with a Jaguar Health update. You guys, you know you love to see it. We had a beautiful run up today. It rallied up to almost 45%. And guys, you see it here first. We talked about the stock early on and I told you guys, we just got to persevere. Good news is to come. And guess what? Today, some good news finally came. So JAGX is the ticker symbol for the company, and we are going to just quickly cover some of the things that were mentioned today that created this new buying pressure. Although the overall market pulled back, Jaguar Health propelled straight up, which was just fantastic to see. Now again, if we look at the 5-day quick, we know that it was about 219 and now it's finally recovered back to where it was. It saw its bottom at $1.35. And I was telling everyone, on the live streams that I thought anywhere between $1.30 and even $1.50 were potentially good buy zones for the company. Now, since then, we're up 60% from its bottom. And guys, I think momentum is only getting started for JAGX. Now, remember, my videos are not for financial advice. Rather, I'm just trying to get you guys on the plays that I'm in and make sure that everyone is aware of some of these pharmaceutical companies, especially because look how excited I am. As a pharmacist, I do want to see what is up and coming and what are potential stocks in the pharmaceutical industry, in the pharmaceutical space that have long-term potential. Now, before I continue into the video and talk about the news that dropped, I do want to give a quick shout out to the Webull affiliation. So again, guys, I am a Webull affiliate. So what that means basically is if you deposit $100, you get 2 free stocks and I get 1 free stock. So again, it's almost a symbiotic relationship, and it's a fun way, I think, for me to support you guys and give back, and at the same time it also supports the channel because it gives me back. It's a win-win situation. So if you can and interested in Webull, I use it myself. It's a way for you to trade in the pre-market and in the aftermarket, so I think it has some superiority compared to some of the Robinhoods and other things like that. But use my link below, you get 2 free stocks. Now, Jaguar Health, JAGX. Why the popular Jaguar Health is climbing today. I love the title of this article. Investor Place, I know there's difference of opinions about them because again, they're not necessarily professionals, etc. But I like their articles for the most part because they just give the news straight up. So again, shares of Jaguar Health JAGX are surging today at Monday's market open as investors digest the impact of a royalty financing agreement announced late Friday afternoon. If anyone didn't see, here on their main website, on their main page, let me make my screen a little smaller so you guys can see clearly, and let me zoom in on the page. So as you guys can see, Jaguar Health enters a binding term sheet for $5 million non-dilutive financing. Now guys, this right here is what really strikes me and what I love about this company. I know that penny stocks and small market cap stocks in general prefer to do, liquidation of their shares. They sell off their shares, liquidate them, get some cash on hand to, continue to operate and continue to finance their R&D, their research and development, their, salaries for their team, etc. But when they do non-dilutive financing, that really makes me such a happy investor because again, they're not trying to get rid of their shares. They're not trying to liquidate for quick money. Rather, they're doing it more strategically. So again, involving the sale of royalty rights related to the future potential of crofelemer or Mytesi and C-related indication revenue stream. So guys, royalty payments due for 36 months, planned C-related indication and long hauler patients. Again, we know that a lot of people who are infected with the virus, they do have long haul symptoms, and that's the thing that I talked about early on my channel, and that's what they're currently looking to get extended or expanded labeling for, is for patients that are within this long haul cohort or long haul group. And basically those are the people who are experiencing chronic diarrhea after recovering from the virus. Now again, if they get this expansion, which we know it's going to potentially happen because the product Mytesi is fantastic, especially in the current group that it's used in, which is individuals who are infected with HIV using it for that have ART therapy on the regimen or antiretroviral therapy. So we know that oftentimes people who are on ART get diarrhea, and then Mytesi has been a great solution and is currently the only plant-based FDA approved antidiarrheal for chronic diarrhea in patients of this group. Now, company expects to provide additional updates regarding the Napo EU next week. So guys, Napo EU was one of the big SPAC mergers that we were awaiting and anticipating in 2021. It happened first quarter, which is just such fantastic news. The merger hasn't necessarily hit yet, but again, the fact is they announced that they are officially merging. We were looking into 4 different rumors: the virus long haul patients, the SPAC merger for Napo EU in Italy. So again, one of the direct subsidiaries for JAGX or Jaguar Health. Number 3, we were looking to see their Q4 earnings. It was supposed to be, again, rumors have it that the Q4 earnings were going to be significantly more and potentially beating expectations from the previous quarter, because their sales were ramping up due to the strong demand. And with more demand comes the more need for supply, etc. The chain. So guys, again, the news that dropped, I think, is fantastic. You can read through this. The transaction, Jaguar's third such pact, calls for the GI treatments or gastrointestinal treatments developer to receive $5 million in cash for the future potential of crofelemer sales for the proposed virus 19. I'll call it that because, again, YouTube flags it indication in long hauler patients. The company is currently pursuing conditional marketing authorization in the European Union. So that's what they're looking to do currently. If they get that, guys, again, another positive catalyst. We'll be the ones who are rewarded as early investors. But also, not financial advice. I'm just putting you guys on the plays that I am in. JAGX, let's quickly look at the chart. Let's actually look at the technical chart. So, guys, people have been asking me, what are good places to figure out what are potential buy zones? Now, we have strong support for JAGX or Jaguar Health at 191. That would be anywhere around there. Great buying opportunity. From there, the next support line is actually 107. So I know we haven't seen 107 at all ever since its run up initially. So I don't think we're going to ever see 107 again unless the whole market decides to pull back and then we just see this continued bleeding. I am optimistic. I do not think that's going to happen. So again, anywhere near the 191 range, maybe a little below that if it does pull back, potentially good buy zones. Again, this is not just my opinion, but according to the charts. We do have resistance that we need to break, 225, 268. So we've seen it happen before. We just need some stronger buying pressure, which can occur, like today, up 35% on the day. It was up to 45% on the day. But again, we have pulled back a little bit since. Not a big deal at all if you ask me, because again, the overall market decided to pull back, but Jaguar Health, just like Zomedica, our other favorite, held pretty strong to the gains that they made on the day. Overall, about still 22% up. So guys, keep JAGX and Jaguar Health overall as a company on your watch list. Look at their products, right? Pull up their website, go to their products and pipeline. Then Mytesi is the big one that I'm super interested in. But again, they have a few other products that are fantastic. Look into it, look at their management. Go back and watch my videos as resources because, again, on these companies, I'm someone who is very long-term on them. I'm not looking to just buy and sell. I'm looking to buy, hold, unless we have, a ridiculous run-up like we saw when it hit $4, setting those trailing stop losses, protecting your gains, and after the sell-off, we jump right back in just like we did. Jumped right back in at $2.17. I think jumped back in at $1.71. So again, we have pretty decent entry points for the stock. But regardless, we're seeing a beautiful recovery. It was such a good day for JAGX. And as always, everybody, be safe out there, invest wisely, especially with these bleeding weeks. Find out what companies you truly believe in long term and start investing in them. Find positions, find entry points. And again, look at it as not something that I want to hold for a year, 2 years, 5 years. Look at it a decade down the line, 2 decades down the line, and see the potential in the products. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to yet another episode of Europop. And until next time, everybody, keep investing.